express as single power, right? Example 1, let's say 8 to the power of 5 times 2 to the power of 4.
What are you doing?
No, okay. You know better. Yeah, Maria. Okay, so I want to change the base 8 right here because it's different base. I can't do anything with it.
2 to the power of 3 and then bracket and then just add the 5.
Good. Yeah.
And then multiply by 2 to the power of 4.
That's right. All right, so first step that you want to do, because I have 2 different base, I have to change it to a same base. So in this case, I change it to the 2 to the power of 3 instead of the 8. Now what? What do I do with these 3 exponents?
Multiply 5 with the 3.
Good. Multiply first. So 2 to the 15 times 2 to the 5. I'm multiplying, so what do I do to the exponents as my last step? Add them. Okay, and that's it. That's my answer. For all of this, notice I kept my base. Okay. When I went around, I saw that some of you just wrote the exponent. The exponent is an exponent. It has to be attached to a base. So make sure you don't forget your base. Okay. Let's try a harder one. 9, 3, 3, 7, 27, 3. Okay. What about this one? So George, okay, make sure you're paying attention. Okay, Bosco, what should I change all my base to? 3, that's right. 9. If I need to change that to a base of 3, that's Maria?
9 to the power of 3 and
What?
9 to
It's 3
the power of 2, sorry, and
right.
bracket of 3.
Yeah, so 9 is the same as 3 to the power of 2. Don't forget the cube on the outside. It's still there. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Have a seat. Have a seat. Okay, 3 to the power of 7 all over. What about the 27? What is that?
To 3 to the power of 3. And then bracket and then just add the other.
Good. Okay, so make sure when you change it, you're just changing the exponent on the outside is still there. It didn't disappear. So make sure you don't mix up. You don't leave it out by accident.
Yeah.
Okay, so just like what we did over here, we multiply the exponent. So 3 to the power of 6 times 3 to the power of 7 over 3 to the power of 9. Good.
Oh, and you have to multiply first before dividing.
So what's my numerator? What does my numerator simplify to?
So that will be 3 to the power of 13 over 3 to the power of 9.
And then my last answer?
The last answer will be 3 to the power of 4.
Good. All right. On the quiz, on the test, on anything that I give you, I always give you guys enough time at the end to check your work. How do you check your work? Don't just look at it. Looking at it, yeah, looks good. You'll never catch a mistake that way. You need to check by doing a different method. All right, that's how you can check if your answer is correct. So for example, let's say I do this, I evaluate this on my calculator. I would do bracket 9 cubed times 3 to the power of 7, close that bracket, divided by 27 to the exponent 3. And when I press equal, I get the answer 81. Now I go to my final answer, 3 to the power of 4. I get 81. So I know I got my answer correct. I know I didn't make a mistake. I know I got this question right. So when you check your answer, don't just look at it. You won't catch a mistake. Do a different way to check your answer. Okay. One more. Let's say example 3. Let's do 4 this time. So 4 to the -8 times 4 to the 2, okay, all over 2 to the power of -3. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff.
The first step is to switch the places.
Easier way. Maria?
First make everything so 4 to like 2 to the power 2, then bracket.
One more easier way. All right. So yeah, Pascal.
8 minus 2 and -8 plus 2.
Which is?
-6.
Yeah. So inside the bracket, I can simplify it already. Before I change anything, I can simplify this to 4 to the power of -6 by adding the exponent. And then I have 2 to the -3. Okay. Now, just like what we were saying, switch the places. This is in my numerator, it goes to my denominator. This is in my denominator, it goes to the numerator because both of these are negative exponents. So 2 to the power of 3, positive 3,
over
4 to the power of 6. Good. Now I can do what you guys were saying. Maria, you said?
2 to the power 2, bracket
2 to the power 2 to the bracket to the 6. That's right. So change the 4 to a 2 to the power of 2. Right? So I get 2 to the power of 3 over 2 to the power of
12.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will give you 2 to the power of 9.
Negative 9. Okay. So the question does say express as a single power. I'm going to just add as a single positive power. As a single positive power. So what do I do as my last step? Yep. Flip 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 to the power of 9. That's your final answer. Yep.
I have a question. If 2 wasn't, if like, if
oh, sorry. Yep.
If a little bit higher, sorry. Yeah. If 2 wasn't to the power of -3, how would you do it?
If 2 wasn't to the power of -3? Oh, yeah. Good question. Yeah. So this will go to the denominator, and you're left with 1 on the top. Yeah. Good question.
Thank you.
Okay. On the test, if because it's on the computer, you can do a few things to show me this answer. You can type in 1 divided by 2 to the power 9. All right. You can type that in as your answer. You can do 1 over 2 and then that hat symbol and then 9. All right. Or you can do 1 over 2 to the power of 9. All right. So on the test tomorrow, because it's on the computer, you can type in any one of these answer and it will be correct. This little symbol you can get by pressing Shift and then 6 to get this little hat to say exponent. Yeah.
So, do we do 2 to the power of -9 or 1 over 2 to the power of
Yeah. So on the test, you'll see it. It will say single positive power.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the answer actually mean? Did you do that?
Yep.
Okay. So if we do that and it doesn't leave brackets, is it wrong, right?
No, any of these 3 is fine. Because 1, like this tells me that you know that 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. And then it's 2 to the power of 9. Yeah. So as long as you don't just, what I will not take as an answer is if you evaluate it. If you write me this as the answer, that's no good. Okay? So I don't want evaluate. I want to see if you guys understand the exponent rule.
Just to be clear, we're not looking to show our work, right?
There's I think 2 questions where it's fill in the blank. I forgot if there's work that needs to be shown. Okay. Multiple choice, fill in the blank, matching. Okay. Yes. Okay. Word problem. The type of word problem that we went over with the exponential growth and decay. So let's say the Bosco 5000. Yes, hi Bosco. Your radioactive element is a radioactive element. All right, and you double that doubles every 4 hours. Okay, remember these type of questions? How much how much did this element grow to if it started with 50 grams? How much did this element grow to if it started with 50 grams after 72 hours? Sorry about the grammar. I should have wrote how much of this element grow to after 72 hours if it started with 50 grams. I just kind of made up the question on the spot, so the grammar was a little bad. It's better on the test. All right, so these growth and decay question. There is a formula. Who remembers that formula? Show of hands. Who knows the formula? 2 people. 3 people. Yikes. Okay, you have about 20 hours to memorize that formula. Okay, Maria, what is that formula?
AL equals to A0 bracket R and then T slash N
over N. Yeah. All right. So there's only one formula you need to memorize with this quiz. Okay. So this one right here, not a lot, just this. Later on in grade 10, you'll have to memorize all formulas. So better start preparing. Okay. So I want to figure out what is how much is left. Okay. So Bosco, how much did you start with? Yep. What's the rate of change here? Sorry? What's the rate of change? So if you take, what's the rate of change? Oh, so how is it changing, Maria? Oh, double. So what number is double? 2. Good job, Arvin. 2. Double. All right. If it's triple, then you write 3. If it says half, you write a half. Quarter, you write quarter. All right. The time in the question. Yep. Ooh, go back.
72 hours.
And how often does it change?
Every 4 hours.
Every 4 hours. Right, like this. Okay. So 50 and then 2. 72 divided by 4, you get 18. So 50 times 2 to the power of 18. Do I multiply first and say 100 to the power of 18? Maria? Exponents first. Okay, so that's a common mistake that people do. They write for me 100 to the power of 18. It's this. So always do exponents first. 2 to the power of 18. I get this. Now what? What do I do with this number? Yep. Times it by 50. So Bosco, after 72 hours, you grow to 13,107,200. King, what's my unit? What's my unit? Because you were asking about units. Dynamite. Grams. Good. All right. You have superpower now, Bosco. Yes. You have superpower. Okay. So, question? No. Gram. You can change this to kg if you want. Okay. So we do have 20 minutes left. How many of you feel you are ready for the quiz tomorrow? All right. How many of you feel you need more time? All right. So let's have a vote. I don't mind postponing it to Friday if it helps you guys.
Yes, thank you. Yes. I already have a science test tomorrow, so I really want to do it already.
So those who say keep it tomorrow, keep the quiz tomorrow.
Keep it tomorrow.
Bro, I'm gonna suffer tomorrow. I enjoy the last day of school.
He's like, okay, keep. Sorry. Those who say keep the quiz tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those who say postpone it to Friday.
Me check this for Austin.
1, 2. Logan, did you change your vote? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's tomorrow.
Now I got 2 tests on tomorrow.
Oh. You can't have a test on. Period 1. Period 1.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, this one is only a quiz. All right. So the not a lot. I think 20. Yeah. The short answer. Short answer. Okay. So your test, your quiz is still tomorrow. Thursday. It's only a quiz, so it should take you about half the period. No, it's a quiz. So it's a half a test.
So 10 questions.
20.